Hi everyone, this is Menz here playing the Tier 4 United States Navy carrier vessel, the Langley, here in the World of Warships beta. Now you can find World of Warships guides, videos and all that on menzgaming.com/World of Warships. Now, you'll notice that carrier vessels have a different view compared to other ships. They in no way resemble playing a normal ship. It's all top-down view, and basically it's just like playing a strategy game. I don't particularly like them, but I'm here to show off the gameplay of them. I much prefer just normal ships, in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna send these guys down here, and because I'm gonna focus on C first. I know it's not where a lot of battleships go, but I'd rather set myself up over on the C side where I know I'm safe, and then worry more so about the A side. Just gonna keep my fighter out here for now. I don't want the enemy carrier to send a fighter over and take out my torpedo bombers very quick.
Standing by for instructions. Over.
And I thought that they were gonna come straight down, but that guy's running away now. It's never a good sign. Here's enemy fighter. It's gonna hopefully bring them in over our ships here.
Group 3, standing by for instructions. Over. Group 4, awaiting instructions. Group 2, standing by for instructions.
Okay, let's let them engage the enemy fighter here.
The enemy team has taken the lead. Group 2, we're under attack.
That cruiser's pretty much a sitting duck.
Group 3, we're under attack. Returning to ship.
Let's see, he can't dodge all these.
Returning.
So I should be able to at least cripple him. Yep, took him out. And unfortunately, that must be the Independence's fighters, because they completely raped my fighters. Sending my torpedo bombers that way so they don't know exactly where I'm going to be setting up my carrier.
Returning to ship. Our team has taken the lead.
Okay, so I'm going to be focusing elsewhere now. Most likely battleships, if there's battleships on seaside, I still want to focus there because my carrier is on that side. I'd rather not be destroyed for losing sea. The only problem I have with carriers, it takes very, very, very long time basically to return your planes, send your planes back out. So it's kind of boring. I know at the higher tiers you get more planes to control, but at the same time, it's still not as rewarding and fun, in my opinion, compared to other classes of ships. And unfortunately, we're kind of behind here. Now, St. Louis and Omaha, I don't think that they're going to hold up against them. So I'm actually going to swap and actually send my ship the opposite direction to get behind my battleships now. So I'm going to keep my fighters out over here, since I'll be sending my torpedo bombers this way. Looks like the enemy carrier vessel is down there as well. So at least try to help them out, but most likely I'm too late. They're going to drop their torpedoes down here and start heading in the opposite direction. Okay, let's see what I can do here to help them. And I also don't have a lot of fighters because I lost my first squadron. I was a little lazy with my micromanaging. I might be able to catch them a little bit here. I don't want to chase them over that battleship. Just start to lead those enemy planes away. Not going to be able to save that cruiser, but I'll try. Let me go after that carrier. See how this works.
We're under attack. Taking fire. Returning.
Let's get a few torpedoes this way as well. And I might have screwed all that up. Fortunately, the Independence has pretty good anti-air, and one of the problems I have with torpedo bombers and basically carrier gameplay is that for your torpedo bombers to actually drop torpedoes, they need to do some weird 180 loop-de-loop flip, which I absolutely missed on that Independence. That was pretty pitiful. They need to do some weird-ass loop. They can't just drop them in a straight line. Essentially, if they're going in a straight line Let's just bring up, I can't bring up because they don't have any torpedoes. Say they're going in a straight line and you're trying to have them drop torpedoes down. You can't do that. They need to, basically where you start at that line there, starting their torpedo run, they need to then double back on themselves, swing around, then drop torpedoes. It's completely retarded in my opinion, and it just doesn't make any sense. Let's at least go down here. And it just completely screws up your timing for torpedoes, even though you're anticipating it, because it's just completely stupid. It makes no sense that instead of just continuing on a line and dropping torpedoes like that, they need to do some flip. And I might be wrong as far as it being realistic, but it just seems completely wrong. Now we should be able to kill these planes, but hopefully I can get the Myogi. I'm not too confident. I'm not very good with this. Carriers. See, they need to do a little loop, and it's weird. He might get taken out by that. I'm just gonna hold off and see. Yeah, he got hit pretty hard.
Returning.
Okay, so here's a St. Louis.
Group 3, ready for takeoff. Standing by for instructions. Over. Group 3, air.
He's turning into this, so I'm just gonna leave them there.
Victory is in sight. Returning.
Once they start their turn, it's very hard for them to shift their rudder back and turn away from it. Ah, crap, and I missed every single one of them. I thought I was at least going to hit them with one, but that's very frustrating. But I've done that many a times, and I'm sure people in carriers are equally as mad as I'm right now.
Returning to ship.
But I'm going to have one shot at this. Yeah, we're losing A now to be able to sink this St. Louis, but could keep us kind of in line. Well, unfortunately, having no points really hurts us. But he should be pretty screwed here. Might be a little overkill. But one of us has to hit him. There we go. I hit him once at least. I don't think he's going to be lucky enough to escape all of them. And he's flooding a little bit. I don't know if he... Yeah, he's taken out. But in the end, we don't have any points, and we're not going to be able to win. Domination's all about having at least 2 points. And if you don't have one, there's no chance of you to keep up with destroying enemies. I probably should have started heading towards, but I wasn't paying exactly too much attention. Come on, come back over him, even though we're gonna lose.
Standing by for instructions. Over.
But yeah, and then the day I did screw up a little bit and didn't exactly do too well. I only hit 3 torpedoes, destroyed 1 ship, that destroyer in the beginning, and somehow I came second place in my team. That means those guys, I don't know what the hell they did. Alright, so let's head back to port. Now, in later tiers, you do get more squadrons to command, better airplanes, they fly faster, your aircraft carrier moves a little quicker, has better anti-air, as you saw by that Independence compared to Langley. But so far into it, I've seen gameplay of higher tier aircraft carriers. It's just more micromanaging. I feel like they need to add just something to it, because it's basically just a top-down view. You let your carrier sail away and you just change directions out every now and then. But as far as the planes go, they're not overpowered or not underpowered. Unless there's 2 carriers against 1 ship, you're basically screwed. But it is balanced to where it's kind of like artillery in World of Tanks. You usually have a ton of damage up front. I'm talking about higher tier already. Basically a high alpha damage. That's what carriers are. They have very good torpedo bombers that, if used right, can do a ton of damage in 1 torpedo run. But at the same time, instead of in World of Tanks where you're waiting 40 to 60 seconds, you're waiting 1, 2, 3 minutes just for your planes to get back and to send them out again. It gets very boring, and it's something that's going to be very difficult for them to overcome in World of Warships. I don't know how they would, but fixing, like I said, they have to loop around to be able to set off torpedoes would help a little bit. And it's just, carriers feel kind of tacked on right now just because you need carrier vessels. But to me, the gameplay of every other class ship, non-carrier vessel, is pretty well tuned, and it feels appropriate. Yes, it does lack a little bit of depth that needs to be added, in my opinion, because it's very, very, very casual, this game right now, and it's not exactly like World of Tanks that can hold your attention for a very long span. It would be like if World of Tanks simplified their armor model to be, instead of angles being included, it was just 200 millimeters instead of 200 millimeters at 60 degrees. And basically they took module damage out and things like that. It just is a little boring, in my opinion. But for carrier vessels, it's very apparent that there's not a lot to do in these. You send your planes out, you click, click, click. Yes, you have to think where you're sending your planes and whatnot, but at the same time, it's not that fun, in my opinion. Now, I haven't played the high tiers personally. I've seen them being played, but they're much the same aside from better planes and a few more squadrons. It's the same basic gameplay.
Maintaining present course.
And you also can be countered very easily by just ships sticking together for their anti-air. And in higher tiers, it's very apparent that anti-air will shred your planes apart unless you either fire torpedoes off at longer distances or focus on every ship that's not in a group. One of my torpedo bombers out there. Just leaving my actual fighters over here for now. Just wanted to get them out a little bit, and I'm going to bring them back in at a different angle. Let's see how this works.
Our team has taken the lead. Returning.
Should hit him pretty good. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, definitely hit him. I didn't need these other torpedo bombers, but it was too late for me to call them off. But that's the capability you have if you nail a ship with a full salvo of torpedoes. There's a lot of fighters over here. He looks like he's being called back, but the other two are not. It's very apparent we don't have a lot of people over at A, so I'm going to be heading over to C. But yeah, we're losing quite a few ships. Yeah, you frickin' destroyer. I don't know why this guy's still sending his torpedo bombers. This doesn't really make any sense. Our ships are just diving right in there, which I don't think they realize that they're playing domination. Like domination, play for the objectives, not for just chasing carriers.
Airborne. Group 4, ready. Group 4, maintaining present course.
I will do my best to try to help out these destroyers, though. I've also got to keep in mind that this destroyer is pretty close to me, and he's trying to get our battleship.
We're under attack.
Throw my battleship a bone here.
To ship.
Trying to help him out. Hopefully, yep, got him. Hopefully my torpedoes don't hit him. There we go. He should be alright. Just wanted to save him now. He was last line of protection for me. But we really need to capture a point.
Standing by for instructions. Over.
Go help this guy spot a little bit.
Group 3, ready for takeoff. Group 3, airborne. Group 4, ready. Group 4, maintaining present course. Awaiting instructions.
Yeah. This is kind of gonna suck. We have no points to fall back on. And unfortunately, I can't really capture any point.
The enemy is about to win.
Yeah, so the only thing I can do now is try to kill this cruiser and keep us in check for a little longer. Or not in check, but in line and not losing. It's going to be really close. Set those. He's going to turn now. Yeah, I lost anyway. I was going to set them up to hit him after he had turned. It's very hard to turn one way than the other way. But regardless, I didn't do a terrible job. Now, unfortunately in domination, it's a team game, and if you don't have points, you lose. And our team just beelined it for the enemy for some reason and got torn apart. So overall, just under 29,000 damage, not too bad. My fighters, the reason why I didn't just throw them in to the enemy, I saw the enemy had a lot of them, and usually once you lose your fighter group, you don't have a lot of backup on the Langley. So I just wanted to hold them in case if the enemy fighters were going after my torpedo bombers. But regardless, still lost, and there wasn't much I could really do. I could have thrown my ship into A, B, or C, but that wouldn't have solved any problems. I would have just been torn apart. But carriers, to me, they're just a little lacking right now, a little boring. I don't know what they could really do to fix them, aside from fix the torpedo bombers, let them drop torpedoes in a straight line without some weird, like, loop-de-loop before they have to drop them. And I don't know, it's just something else to make them a little more exciting. Definitely give them more planes maybe, but I don't exactly know how they would balance that. So anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, menzgaming.com/World of Warships. Thanks for watching.